All right, guys, I think I'm over my cold, so I should start making videos again more often. And it's been really fun to see a lot of people getting into Splinterlands, so I'll probably doing a lot more videos on Splinterlands, right? Because a lot of people are interested to know what's going to happen with all of that. But today we're looking at a project that is related to Splinterlands, and it's from the same ecosystem. And I think we're going to see a lot of these projects from the Hive ecosystem start to get a lot more people looking at them now that Splinterlands is becoming more mainstream. And that while the game, you can access it from a lot of different places, it started on Hive. And Leo and Cub Finance started from the Hive community, that all really started from the Steam community. And since both these projects came from communities that were already out there, they already have fans, they already have a user base, they have loyal people that are going to hold assets. And as they get more eyes looking on them, that's when these projects can really explode, because they have a core small user base holding now, but they can really, really start to grow and become something special if more people start to see them, start to see the value they offer, and then start to get into them. So we have a big update from the Leo Finance team. I'll go ahead and have a link to this so you can see this is the Leo Finance site. This is their blogging site that they run on the Hive blockchain. They have a lot of UI updates coming to the program. They've also finished completely rolling out their Kingdoms feature. They have their IDO feature coming out and starting soon. They have their BNB rewards for staking in their Cubs Kingdom going live. They just have a lot of different things going through. I'm not going to go through this whole update. I'll give you a link. You can read it. But it's something you should look at. Sorry, just needed a little bit of water really quick. Okay, so this here is something I just wanted to kind of show you as a reminder that the Cub Finance team comes from the Leo Finance team. They've built this Leo Finance blogging site on top of Hive. They have a Leo Dex that runs on the Hive blockchain. They've wrapped their token over into Ethereum. They've done quite a few different things. They're builders. They're a smaller team, so they build a little bit slower than some bigger projects, but they're always going to be looking to take the best stuff that is out there, add it to their site, get their site to be the best version that it can be, doing all the popular things that are on any chain or any kind of feature. So that's why their blogging platform has become one of the premier blogging platforms on the Hive blockchain. As you can see, they curate posts, they bring good stuff to the front page. You can promote things here. They have even in certain areas where you're going to see ads on their site. So they've become more of a full-fledged blog site. Now, this is the Hive ecosystem. We're just taking a quick look at this. I'll have a link to this. There's some other things that people could check out in here. There's some other games and some other front ends that are kind of interesting. Peak D is a popular one. There's 2 video platforms in 3Speak and Vim. These are all things that are really embracing the Web3 technology and could be big players in each of those fields if they can get more adoption. That's one of the key things Splinterlands might do for a lot of these projects, is bring a lot of more eyes into it. And I know this is going over a lot of different areas, considering I'm going to mostly be talking about Cub Finance and the Cub Finance site today. But these are all interconnected. And I want people to understand that the Hive ecosystem is an interconnected ecosystem of people who are into playing blockchain games, into blockchain social stuff. They're also into the DeFi world, because the way that Hive is built is almost like a DeFi game where you have to buy the token at the right time, power up your stack so you can do upvoting and curation of posts and giving bigger rewards. It's something that we're all used to playing, and I think that's why a lot of us embrace the idea of the DeFi world of lending and borrowing and staking and farming and doing all of these type of things. And so Cub Finance always wanted to get into the yield farming site, but back when they were on, when it was big on Ethereum, they didn't see a reason to build over there, because Hive users are used to very low to no fees. We don't pay fees. We more invest in our stack, and then we get to do everything on chain for free. So because of that, trying to ask people to go to Ethereum, and all of a sudden we're living in an ecosystem where you can make $3 or $4 or $5 in a post and get that money, that doesn't work in the Ethereum world. Even at $4 to $5 fees, it just does not work. And when Ethereum goes crazy and has $100 fees, it doesn't work. And it also doesn't work because of the amount of transactions. You want to write a post, you want to write a comment. You don't want to have to pay an Ethereum gas fee to write a comment on a blog, right? So they were waiting until the right chain came along. with enough people on it because they didn't want to launch it on a chain where there just weren't enough users to try to attract people and money. And so this is how we get Cub Finance launching on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, they have finally kind of built out their platform. They've changed the way they're doing things, and it's really grown them to that next level of a platform that is a true AMM with yield farms as well, and they're going to be a launchpad platform. And they've already booked their first 2 projects, and they're in negotiations with a few others. So their first, they booked one other outside project. They're doing their own platform on Polygon, and they're going to launch the token that'll be the equivalent of the Cub token, the farm token on the Polygon platform, will be launched through Cub Finance. So it'll be a boon for the Cub Finance token one time, and then it will live in the Polygon ecosystem as kind of a sister project. We'll have to see if they make them more tied into each other than just the fact they come from the same team or not. But the Cub token isn't planned to necessarily move over into the Polygon ecosystem because they have another token, the Leo token, that they go ahead and put into each of the farms on each ecosystem they're going into. They have wrapped Leo on Ethereum, they have B Leo over here on Binance, and they're going to have P Leo on the Polygon chain, and eventually they're going to have T Leo or something Leo for the Thor chain. They do plan on eventually moving into having their assets having a farm set up in the Thor ecosystem. Now, this site will look like a lot of other farm sites that you've seen on Polygon. It's a very similar setup. You have a home page. As you can see, I have a little bit of money here I can claim. They have an announcements tab, and they have a couple other areas that you can go that we're all used to seeing. These are the farms. Now, you'll see that their farming is really small. The reason why their farms are so small is they found that the overall idea of having a lot of farms with these deposit fees doesn't really work. Now, while I said this was related to Splinterlands, is because one of the few farms they do have is for the dark energy crystals in BUSD. So you can come here, you can stake your dark energy crystals into this farm, you can earn a yield on them, and you're still earning the SPS token. So that's where that partnership comes in between this project and the Splinterlands team, because it's giving you people somewhere to come and buy the dark energy crystals here, and it's giving users another way to use their dark energy crystals to earn an extra yield on top of the fact that they are earning yield for holding dark energy crystals in the game. Now, when it comes to earning that yield in SPS, there is some stuff that I'll cover in another video that you have to know when you put your money into this farm, but it is here and can be used. Also, they obviously need to create utility for their token, and so their token has a couple farms just paired up with BUSD and BNB. These pay out at a very healthy percentage, and then obviously their flagship token, the Leo token, is their other farm paired up with the BNB token, again to create liquidity for their tokens. So how do other users use this platform to make money? Maybe you don't want the Cub token, or it's not something that you're going to come here and just do. Well, that's where their kingdom models come in. They are a sister platform to like Auto Farm, and we got my kids walking in the room, so hopefully they'll back out. Yeah, they did. I'll try to wrap this up pretty quick because I'm gonna have to go hang out with them. But they have a kingdoms platform where you can where it works kind of like Auto Farm, where you can do the Cub token staking and you earn an APR on your Cub, while you also are going to be earning a BNB payout for the management fees that they have. So as you can see, they have a 3% fee that goes to BNB payouts, and they have 7% fee that's just a management fee for the platform. This is kind of normal in these AMM worlds of Auto Farm and any of the other ones that are there. As you can see, currently the 7% fee goes 100% to buyback and burn of Cub. I don't know if it'll always be that way, but eventually they might change that. But right now, all of the fees are basically helping us as users of the platform. 7% goes to 100% fee buyback and burn of Cub, and 3% is used to buy BNB and then distribute it out to anybody in the BNB farm. They have a cake platform where you can stake your cake and earn 108% APY. This has been one of the higher APYs that I have seen for staking your cake tokens. This is just staking cake, auto compounding your cake so you get more cake, and then you get also some Cub tokens on the side. Same thing with any of these other assets. You can see they have BNB, BUSD, ETH BNB, .BNB, BTC BNB, and then they've also launched now on the Belt platform, Belt USD, Belt ETH, and Belt BTC. So you can come here, you can stake your tokens either in a liquidity pair to earn a higher APY. As you can see, these ones are in the 40%. Or if you're, not comfortable doing liquidity tokens, then you can single asset stake Cake, BTC, ETH, or USD to earn pretty healthy rewards. And on top of these rewards, you're going to be earning the Cub token. Now, why might you want the Cub token? Because of the IDO platform that is coming. And so we'll quickly touch base on that. The first one that they're going to be launching is going to be a similar site, AMM Kingdom type site over on the Polygon network. It'll feature the Poly Leo token. It'll have a very similar setup with the same amount of farms, and then these high asset ability to go ahead and stake these using some of the different platforms out there that they can use to go ahead and earn you yield. Then they're going to go ahead and launch the initial sale of that token by allowing only holders of Cub token to go ahead and get into it. Then the next IDO platform that they've confirmed is coming is another site that is launching some kind of yield farming application on the Binance Smart Chain. I don't have all the information. I do not know if that platform is going to be a good platform, but they've told us in the post that they target that they'll think they'll be able to get $100 million of TVL on their platform. Now, since Kingdoms only has 5 million in it, the fact that they're partnering with the Cub Finance team means that they really were excited from the idea that they'd be able to go ahead and do their IDO platform on a place where you have people from the Hive blockchain who have been really in crypto for longer, will really deep dive into a project and will invest into it and probably hold those tokens for a while, because we are used to the idea of, the fact that things take a little while sometimes to reach where they need to get. Now, this is the next step that they're really going to be able to make. Let's see here. I had Kingdoms popped up here, but I forgot I just clicked on it over here. So the last thing we'll go over a little bit is just the Cub price. So right now I'm on the 30-day chart, and as you can see, when Kingdoms first came out, they had a pump up from this 50 cents range all the way up to almost 90 cents. Then in waiting for Kingdoms to be, the rest of the Kingdoms to be rolled out and the IDO platform to come and everything else that's been going on, the tokens kind of trended back down. Now this is a pattern we've seen kind of normal in a token that is farmable. People can farm a lot of this token. They're going to take some of it and put it into profit. Even if they're staying in the Cub BNB pair, they're selling half of what they farm, which creates some sell pressure to go ahead and get back into the BNB pool. So where is this token going if we look at it from a longer standpoint? I don't only want to look at that chart, which looked kind of good. Let's go ahead and look at the 90-day, where you can see it has trended down from a few dollars all the way down to here. Now, I will say that they changed their model to using Kingdoms right about here, and we started a little uptrend and then a down, and now if you go and look in the 7-day, we are starting maybe to see some oscillation here and maybe heading back up. So can we see that $3-4 range? Well, when you talk about the amount of Cub that's going to get burned when they do the Polygon platform, from the people that decide to take some of their Cub and stake it to have those burned and then get the token, the new token on the Polygon network, and you have at least one new IDO platform that's coming out that's going to do the traditional kind where you have to supply Cub and BNB, or Cub and USD liquidity tokens to them, and then they're going to go ahead and burn the Cub and give them the USD, the BUSD tokens for their platform to launch, so that they have that BUSD to create their initial liquidity pools. Their target's to get $1 million worth of BUSD on the platform. That's their target for their pre-sale, and if they reach that, that would be $1 million of Cub that would get burned. Now, the thing that's kind of interesting, if you look at that, is that they don't really have a good market cap numbers on Cub, which is kind of a bummer. But you can look at the total supply. It's a farming token, so it's always going to be going down by a little bit. So if Cub is currently at 65 cents and you burned $1 million worth, that would be roughly 1.3 million tokens. So you're talking about 20% of the supply disappearing of the Cub token. Now, I do imagine that It will be less than that if they do sell out, because people will be buying Cub to pair up to their BUSD to get the liquidity tokens to provide to the platform to do the launch, and that'll drive the price of Cub up. So when they go to burn $1 million worth, it might only be 1 million Cub, because Cub might be back up to $1 by then, as opposed to it would have been almost 1.7 Cub at the current price of 65 cents. So that's just something I wanted to cover a little bit on this project and talk about the price of the token. We're going to go ahead and end the video there. I'll go ahead and just say thank you very much to all my new subscribers. Should probably talk about this a little bit earlier in the video, but I'll do that in the next one, because I passed 2,000 and it's been a lot of fun just, growing this channel and talking about the projects I like with you guys. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.